What's going on, guys? Chuck back with another awesome Blu-ray purchase. It's been a while since the last time I had a Blu-ray purchase on here. Things just been a little slow right after holidays. A lot of stuff on, like I said, on pre-orders, so you're waiting. But I did manage to pick up a few things here within the last week. Only a few are like new releases. Some are just some movies that I hadn't picked up for whatever reason, and I finally had a chance to grab some of these, so I thought I'd share them here with you. To start off with, this one's kind of I don't know, a cheat again, if you will. This one is a DVD, and it's not a movie, but it is Cobra Kai Season 3. This is really cool. I mean, I don't even know if it was a Blu-ray. I just grabbed, all I saw was a DVD when I pre-ordered it. And this, for those of you who don't know, and I'm sure most of you probably do, this is a fantastic series. It originally started on YouTube. Now it's currently on Netflix. And they just released Season 4, which was fantastic. It just keeps getting better and better. But yeah, so this just released, I think sometime last week when I got it. So, you know, obviously they're about a year behind, which is typical, I guess, for TV shows. Pardon me. But so it's really cool to get this. Not much in the way of special features. You basically just got Blu-ray reel and some deleted scenes. But it's still pretty cool. Nice little slipcase. Nothing really fancy. It's just a simple 2-disc set. I'm assuming 5 episodes per disc, since it's only 10. But nice little purchase, wasn't too bad, and you know, it's good to have this. I'm still glad that, you know, even though streaming is still available, or they're still putting it out on some kind of physical media. It's one of my big gripes right now with Disney Plus, and they've got these great series they put on there, the Marvel series especially, WandaVision, Loki, Hawkeye, all that, and it doesn't appear they're putting them on the physical media. They're keeping strictly to streaming, which I guess I get, but it's for the same time for those of us who've been collecting the Marvel Cinematic Universe films on Blu-ray. It'd be nice to have those added in the collection. Same thing with with The Mandalorian in the case of Disney, but it's nice to know that Netflix is still doing that. So I digress. That is it for the cheat, if you will. Now back to the actual Blu-ray purchases. The first one, this just came out, and it's Addams Family 2. The animated sequel to the, I think, very good Addams Family. I am a big fan of the Addams Family, particularly the films. I really love the live-action ones from the early 90s with Raul Julia, Angelica Houston, and Christina Ricci. I think those films are brilliantly cast and they're hilarious. They're very good style. I think a lot of this, the animated version, does a lot to. I mean, obviously, it's done a lot to evoke the original Charles Addams comics, but there's a lot in there that reminds me of the films as well as the TV series as well, also. But I think especially what does it for me is Oscar Isaac as the voice of Gomez Addams. When I listen to him, it sounds like, to me, Oscar is just channeling Raul Julia, and I love that because I loved Raul Julia as Gomez. This is actually, technically, was a Christmas present for my daughter because she loves the Addams Family, and I did too. We saw them at the drive-in when they first came out. Loved them, but I had to get them. She got, and as excuse, we got it for her as excuse to get it for the whole family. But still, if you haven't check these out. Very fun movies. The first one I think is a little better than this one, but it's still got some moments. So there's the back end of that. Oh, and Snoop Dogg as Cousin Ed. That's brilliant casting. Nothing too particular just in the slipcover, but again, just your Blu-ray DVD combo, and nothing too. If I got that code to you, There's a digital code in there, and if you saw that, maybe I'll come. Yeah, stop. It's late. Moving on to the other big release, which was Halloween Kills, the extended cut. I have not watched extended cut yet. I did see Halloween Kills when it released on HBO Max. I enjoyed it. I will. I mean, it's been very divisive, I think, for a lot of people. I'm not sure where I stand. I mean, I guess I could see some of its flaws. I was a big fan of 2018. I think this one is more visceral. It's very aggressive, which I find interesting because that's kind of what one of my, I don't want to say gripes, but it's something I noticed about Rob Zombie's Halloween too. Was I thought, like, wow. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Rob Zombie's Halloweens. Digress on that. I won't get too much into that, but I remember. I think I noticed about the second film of that series. Like, it was very, very. And Michael was pissed. You could tell throughout that film, and a lot of this. I mean, this one is very brutal. There's some really intense kills. But the difference between those two films and this is I liked the characters more in these films as opposed to Rob Zombie's films. And that's always been a big thing. One of my dislikes with Rob Zombie's films, I just don't like those characters at all. So it's just hard for me to enjoy those films. There's a lot of talk about the Jamie Lee Curtis from this Halloween as opposed to Jamie Lee Curtis from H2O, the survivor mentality. It's a very divisive film. I myself, I enjoy it, but I'm probably not too difficult to please. I'm not the harshest critic. At least I don't think I am. I don't know. So yeah, but I have not seen the extended version on this or the alternate endings. You see all the bonus features on here, so I gotta check that out. And not make a mistake this time. Again, there's nothing fancy. It's just your Blu-ray DVD. I didn't get the HD version. Again, no point. Don't have HD player. So that is that for all the new releases. Now there's some stuff I picked up, primarily from Scream Factory. Some titles that I had wanted to get, hadn't really got, and for some reason I just jumped at it. But before that, we'll jump into a Blue Underground title, and it was The New York Ripper. I have not seen this one. I'm well aware of its reputation. I think what got me, because I did see it was getting a 4K release. Actually, I think it may be out there. And I don't know. I mean, it's a 4K Blu-ray. Do I get that one just to have it? It was a little pricier, obviously. Or I can get the Blu-ray, which has pretty much all the same features. It does have all the same features, other than it's not a 4K release. Although I believe it's a 4K transfer. So I went with the cheaper version. And again, I don't have a 4K player. I don't have a 4K cable TV, so it's kind of a waste. Although there's sometimes I have been starting to pick up, because a lot of them, it goes back to the equivalent back when Blu-rays first came out and they would have a Blu-ray DVD combo pack, which obviously some of these still do. But now I'm seeing the HD Blu-ray. So in some cases, I'm starting to pick those up, because you never know in the future, my situation may change. But, so, yeah. And for those of you who don't know, again, this is not a new release by means, except for maybe the 4K version. But there's all special features on here. And, just a nice chapter list and a disc inside, which, is there anything? Okay. Just a little image, nothing really fancy. Nothing too gory either, so that's good. Although that disc art, that's pretty sleazy. I'm not sure or not. I just did. So, we'll see. So yeah, The New York Ripper. Now, the next 4 titles are Scream Factory titles. And let's see. all of which I've seen except for one, and that one being Lifeforce. I know this has got a good, very, I don't know, it has a reputation. I don't say it in a bad way. Actually, the biggest thing I know about this film was that Mathilda May is naked through most of it. Was that my reason for buying this film? It didn't hurt it. I'll tell you that. No, but seriously, it's one I've always heard about, and but didn't know really anything about it. Other than that's the only thing I ever get when I ever hear anything about Lifeforce. Until recently, checking out a channel, Brandon's Cult Reviews, what it's called, from Brandon Tenold. Hope I'm getting that right. I'll put a link to that actual episode. But he reviewed Lifeforce like in the first 100th episode. And, and he's very, I recommend, if you like cult B movies and if you like Mystery Science Theater or that kind of movie riffing, I recommend, probably like kind of movie riffing with a more adult edge to it. Fair warning. I would definitely check out that channel because I find it hilarious and it gives me a chance to hear about films I may not have heard about. And for some that I do know, to check out a whole different way. But anyways, he reviewed Lifeforce on his 100th episode. And actually, first time I actually knew really what was going on in that movie. And it made me really want to check it out. I said, wow, it looks like something I really want to pick up. Luckily, Scream Factory still had it. But actually, I did order this from Amazon, not Scream Factory, but it's a Scream Factory version. So I'm looking forward to checking this out. And of course, this has reverse cover art. There you go. The original, that slipcover artwork, if I still had a slipcover with it. But that's okay. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need. And I needed this. Did I? Did I really? I don't know. My wife will tell you I didn't, because I have enough. But I'll tell you I will. So yeah, Lifeforce, and there's all the special features on here. And I believe, let's see. Yes, there's a Blu-ray. It contains a theater cut in a longer, director's approved edition. So, really want to check that out. So, good Lifeforce. And again, not just because Mathilda May's naked throughout it. That's a plus. So, these other three I picked up. Scream Factory was having a sale due to John Carpenter's birthday. And if you're familiar with Scream Factory, you know that they actually have the majority of John Carpenter's, either have or had licensed the majority of John Carpenter's filmography. And they've released it through Shout Factory, Scream Factory. I mean, they've even got like his TV movie Elvis, I think was available in their Shout Factory, not necessarily Scream Factory, but almost every film of his, with maybe a few exceptions, I can't think of too many. One that stands out is Christine, and I'm sure there's got to be some reason why that is the one that has stuck out as not being part of Scream Factory's John Carpenter library. I mean, he's got almost everything else of his, and I'm hoping that is one that shows up in their collector's edition series soon. But that being said, I managed to pick up three of his titles that were on sale. The first being John Carpenter Presents Body Bags. And this is another one that I had not seen until last night, actually. I got this yesterday, and I popped it in last night because I really want to check this out. I love an anthology film, and I enjoy these kind of films, and this is one I'd always heard so much about. I actually remember when it came out on Showtime initially. I never got to see it, but I know it was. I mean, at the time I was a kid, I thought it was going to be a series. And of course, listening to the special features on here, that was the intention, was to be an ongoing series, but for various reasons, it just didn't work out. But this is a good little anthology film. Only 3 stories, but they're all they're very entertaining. You've got different. You've got a good girl terrorized kind of slasher thing. You've got a comedy body horror type deal, and you just got really gruesome, serious horror. And all great performance, a lot of director cameos. Most people know you've got Toby Hooper, Wes Craven, Sam Raimi, along with John Carpenter playing the coroner, which is, I think, the highlight of this film, is to see John Carpenter doing, I don't want to say a Crypt Keeper type deal, but along that line, you know, he did the snarky comments, the makeup was great. I love his whole interstitials between the films, introductions. It was a joy to watch, and I'm glad I picked this up, and I'm glad I finally got to see this. And for those of you, none of you have seen Body Bags, I highly recommend this. It's a fun movie. I mean, there's some gore, obviously, but it's a fun, especially for like anthology films, it's a fun movie. So yeah, if you like anthology films, you like John Carpenter, check out Body Bags. And this was like I said, this is still readily available, obviously, from Screen Factory, Blu-ray DVD combo. And, you know, you got your special features on there, if you don't know. You know, I'm interested to listen to audio commentary. You know, with Robert Carradine and Stacy Keach, I think it's on here too. John Carpenter, Stacy Keach, and John Carpenter, Robert Carradine for a couple. I think it's partial. Maybe not the whole film, but there's actually separate commentaries for each story. Sorry, but still a lot of fun. Definitely check that out. Next up was a movie I've not seen since it came out in the theaters. Excuse me. And that is John Carpenter's Village of the Damned with Christopher Reeve and Kirstie Alley. And this was one of the last, maybe, I mean, I know he did like Ghost of Mars probably after that, whatever, but it's like the last one really big John Carpenter films I can remember in the theaters. I remember I went and saw it. I think this is also like the last film that Christopher Reeve did prior to his accident that paralyzed him. And I'll admit I don't remember too much about this, other than I know it's a remake of, you know, obviously Children of the Damned, or was that The Village? There was like Children and The Village Damned. I can't remember which one came first, but it's a remake. And I remember, I don't remember a whole lot about it, but I remember thinking it wasn't too bad. It was somewhat enjoyable. I didn't come out hating it, but again, the fact that I didn't came out remember too much, I don't know. So I really want to check it out. Again, it was on sale. Why not check it out? So there's special features on that. And like I said, this is one I'm looking forward to checking out again. It's been quite a long time since I've seen this. And there's your reverse artwork. Again, not a new title by any means. It's been out for years. So I'm glad it was still available. I think this was like 94? 95? If I can look at the date on here. My eyes are just not good anymore. 95 is what it says here. So yeah. Man, I'm old. But so yeah, John Carpenter's Village of the Damned. Looking forward to checking this one out again and just see what my thoughts are now. So many years after seeing it. Again, not seeing it since in the theater when it first premiered. So, and last on this list is one I'm very familiar with. This is actually a replacement upgrade because I had the DVD of this, and I really do like this movie a lot. And that's John Carpenter's Vampires. And truth, I'm not the biggest vampire fan. I've always been more of a werewolf guy. But this movie is so much fun. James Woods is fantastic in this. He steals the show a lot throughout this. But it's just, and also you have Thomas Ian Griffin, who I have only known from one other thing, and that's at least up until recently, and that was Karate Kid Part 3. And now, of course, he's playing that same character in Cobra Kai. But he's like the head vampire in this film, and I think he's fantastic. But this is such a fun Western. Like most of John Carpenter's films tell you, he always makes Westerns, and this is a good, I'm a posse hunting down the bad guys kind of thing in the Western. I'm probably oversimplifying it, honestly, but it's still a lot of fun. And, you know, again, I'm not a big vampire fan, but this is just great. This is so much fun. If you've never seen John Carpenter's Vampires, I highly recommend you check it out. You will not, I believe you will not be disappointed. I don't want to speak for you, but I think you'll enjoy it. You just take a look at some of the special features on here. But give it a watch, especially if you're not familiar with Thomas Ian Griffin, except for Karate Kid 3 and Cobra Kai, because I wasn't until I saw this. And again, I don't even know if he's done anything besides these, honestly. I know he up until Cobra Kai recently, he hasn't been doing any acting. Kind of semi-retired, I believe. And I don't know if he did anything, maybe small stuff, I don't know. But I'd never seen him in anything except for these two films. But yeah, so that is the haul I've got here recently. Again, not a huge haul, but, you know, it's a few movies there. I do have notification. I have a few more things coming in, actually, hopefully, probably tomorrow. And I do have the first of my Severin orders. I've got like 2 separate orders and one, a really big one, coming in hopefully tomorrow or Tuesday, depending what, you know, the tracking is saying. So I'm looking forward to that. I had a couple good pre-orders in that. I have another one or two more Blue Underground titles coming in. So yeah, I'm very excited. I still have much other stuff in pre-order, but so that is it for now. If you like this, click that thumbs up, share, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of these movies, your thoughts. You're watching Cobra Kai, do you really enjoy it? What do you think about Halloween Kills and this whole Halloween 2018 series? What's your favorite John Carpenter film? How about the Addams Family? Like the Addams Family. Whatever your thoughts. Or just check in, say hi. I'll take that too. Whatever it may be. But that is it for now. Until next time, this is Chuck saying, see you on the other side.